The moment people found out when Selena Gomez would be marrying Blanco, something seemed to shift in Justin Bieber. Almost overnight, his Instagram became a mess. He suddenly started sharing nonstop photos of himself kissing Hailey, bringing back old family pictures, and writing long captions filled with religious verses. None of it felt natural. Fans instantly sensed that something was wrong. Many said the post looked forced, desperate, and even embarrassing. Things felt even stranger when Justin's mom, Patty Millette, posted a prayer asking for her son's emotional and physical healing. Instead of sounding like a happy mother, it came across like she was trying to calm a situation behind the scenes. While Selena is glowing, excited, and stepping into a new phase of her life, Justin seems to be falling apart. He looks on edge, as if he's trying to remind the world that he's still in the picture, before her wedding becomes the biggest headline everywhere. And it will be. People are already calling it one of the biggest celebrity events of the year. Reports say the ceremony is set for September the 27th in Montecito, California. It's supposed to be a private, intimate event with a small guest list, but the names are impressive. Taylor Swift is almost certain to attend, even though her boyfriend Travis Kelce might not be able to go because of football season. Ed Sheeran is expected too, but the detail everyone is talking about is the rumor that Martin Short, Selena's friend and co-star from Only Murders in the Building, might be the one carrying the rings. That choice feels so fitting for her, sweet, meaningful, and surrounded by people she genuinely loves. Everything about Selena's wedding feels peaceful and real. Guests reportedly won't even learn the final location until the last minute to keep the media away. It's a celebration built on sincerity, not publicity. That's why the contrast between her life and Justin's right now feels so dramatic. While she quietly focuses on her future, his Instagram has turned into what looks like a performance, filled with dramatic affection, staged family moments, and posts that feel more like distractions than expressions of love. People see right through it, and the comments show it clearly. Fans are saying he's scrambling for attention before Selena's big day steals all the spotlight. Right after news about Selena's wedding started trending, Justin launched into what fans are calling a posting spree. It began with dramatic poolside pictures of him and Hailey kissing, then candid couple photos from Coachella, and then family pictures that longtime followers instantly recognized as old uploads. To someone who doesn't follow him closely, it might look like a man happily showing off his marriage. But fans who have watched his behavior for years believe it's calculated, like he's trying to pull focus at the perfect moment. One fan summed up what thousands of others were feeling. He's doing this on purpose, her wedding is coming up, and he wants the attention back on him. Most people agree. The timing feels too exact to be a coincidence. Others pointed out that the couple hardly ever posts like this, especially not all at once. The word people keep repeating is performative. Nothing about it feels natural. Even the family pictures seem staged. Half of them were already posted months or years ago, and fans quickly pointed it out. It gives the impression that Justin is trying to create an image of a calm, loving home, even if reality might look very different. Every time Selena moves forward in her life, Justin seems to flood his social media with pictures that look more like an attempt to prove something rather than share genuine joy. The timing is what makes everything feel off. Then, in the middle of all this, he added a Bible verse. Normally, people might see it as comforting or spiritual. But with everything going on, it felt like part of the performance, like he wanted to soften public reactions. Fans didn't buy it. One comment said, "He's looking for reassurance. He's not okay." And that feeling is becoming more common. Someone who seems calm online, but is clearly struggling underneath. Things took an even more worrying turn when his mother stepped in. Patty posted a prayer asking specifically for Justin's emotional, physical, and mental healing. That isn't something a mother says when everything is fine. It sounded like she's genuinely afraid for him. Social media users immediately linked her message to the pressure of Selena's upcoming wedding. Many are convinced he's spiraling again, just as his ex is preparing to start a new life with someone else. One popular comment said, "He's definitely not handling this well. The wedding is close, and he needs support." That's the tone everywhere. Concern, not judgment. It's like watching two completely different realities side by side. Selena's world looks peaceful, happy, and protected. Justin's world looks chaotic, emotional, and loud, as if he's constantly fighting for control. Even the posts that should make him look grounded, like the Bible verse, end up revealing the opposite. The recycled pictures, the sudden displays of affection, his mother's worried message, they all point to someone who is not in a stable place. Instead of appearing happy and secure, Justin looks confused and overwhelmed, trying to mask his real emotions behind carefully chosen photos. What makes it even more noticeable is that none of this feels random. Every picture, every caption, every quote seems planned. The timing is too precise. All of this is happening right before Selena's wedding. Fans keep pointing out the pattern. It feels like he's trying to convince everyone, and maybe himself, that he's okay, that he's moved on, that he isn't bothered. But the posts feel too intentional and too emotional to be convincing. Behind all the glamorous photos, people see someone who is struggling to accept that a chapter of his life is truly over. Selena has fully moved on. Her wedding represents peace and real love, with someone who treats her with care. Meanwhile, Justin's behavior online feels more like a cry for attention than confidence. What fans are seeing in his comments is even more telling. People aren't mocking him. Most are worried. They see a man who looks lost, not someone who's celebrating life. Every smile in the photos, every caption about love or faith feels like he's trying to cover up something much deeper. To me, the real question is straightforward. Is Justin truly celebrating his life, or are his posts just reactions to Selena Gomez's upcoming wedding? The timing makes it hard to believe it's just chance. As soon as people heard about Selena marrying Blanco, Justin's online behavior flipped. Suddenly, he was posting nonstop. Pictures of him and Hailey, long captions about faith, and a constant stream of content that looked more like a show than genuine happiness. It didn't feel joyful. It felt competitive. Selena is entering a chapter that no longer has anything to do with him, and it seems like Justin doesn't know how to deal with that. His posts look like an attempt to make sure he's not forgotten while the internet focuses on her wedding. Instead of looking settled or calm, he looks like someone trying to grab the spotlight back. Each post feels like he's saying, "I'm still here. Look at me." But this might not even be about Selena. It could be covering up deeper problems in his own life. Because if his marriage with Hailey were truly strong, why would he need to push so hard to show it? Couples who feel secure don't need to constantly convince millions of strangers that everything is perfect. This kind of behavior doesn't feel like love. It feels like he's trying to hide something. So whether he's reacting to Selena or dealing with issues at home, one thing is clear: nothing about his posts feels natural. They seem staged, timed, and intentionally placed. And when someone has to try that hard, it usually means something real is happening behind the scenes. With only a few days left before Selena's wedding, it's almost impossible to see Justin's posting streak as random. The timing lines up too perfectly, and the amount of content he's posting is too intense to ignore. Selena and Benny are preparing for one of the most anticipated weddings of the year. Private, meaningful, and filled with people who truly love them. And right alongside that, Justin is filling his feed with dramatic displays of affection, family shots, and spiritual captions. It feels less like a celebration and more like a distraction tactic, an attempt to pull attention back toward himself while Selena's moment grows bigger online. And honestly, it doesn't even feel like he's doing it for his followers. It feels like it's aimed at Selena. Each post feels like an indirect reminder. Don't forget I exist. That isn't love. That's someone clinging to the past. From where I'm standing, the timing says everything. Justin isn't showing joy. He's trying to stay relevant while Selena moves forward without him. And the harder he tries to be seen, the more obvious it becomes that he's struggling. Instead of quietly living his life and letting her have her moment, he's inserting himself back into the conversation. But the more he does it, the more desperate it looks. Selena's wedding is a clear sign of how different their paths have become. She's surrounded by people she trusts, stepping into a peaceful future with someone who treats her well. Her celebration isn't about attention, it's about love and authenticity. She doesn't chase headlines, they find her naturally. Justin, on the other hand, looks like he's dealing with something he hasn't fully healed from. His posts don't look like joy, they look like noise meant to keep him in the story. Real happiness doesn't need a stage. True love doesn't need constant proof. People who are stable don't feel the need to show it every few hours online. Selena doesn't have to say a word. Her calm energy shows she's at peace. Her life speaks for itself without a single caption. Justin's behavior, on the other hand, sends the opposite message. It makes him look stuck in the past, still fighting a battle that she walked away from long ago. When you compare their lives now, the contrast is sharp. Selena is steady, grounded, and growing. Justin looks restless, still wrestling with emotions he hasn't dealt with. The spiritual quotes, the public affection, the smiling pictures, they feel more like a cover than a reflection of his real life. It comes across as a man trying to distract himself from what he's feeling. And that's what makes this whole situation sad. The louder Justin shouts that he's happy, the more it becomes clear he isn't. Every carefully crafted photo seems like an attempt to prove something that wouldn't need proving if it were real. Selena, on the other hand, doesn't need the internet's approval. She's simply living her life, and her happiness shows without effort. At this point, Selena has already moved into a better place, not because she won, but because she found peace and a relationship that feels real. She isn't trying to convince anyone of anything. Justin, however, seems trapped in a cycle where he keeps trying to outshine someone who isn't competing with him in the first place. And maybe that's the painful truth here. The more Justin pushes himself into the public eye right now, the more obvious it becomes that Selena's story has moved forward without him. He's trying to stay relevant in a moment that has nothing to do with him anymore. The world has turned the page. Selena has turned the page. But Justin looks like he's still stuck on the same chapter. Selena's wedding marks a calm and beautiful new beginning for her. Justin's posts feel like the same pattern repeating again. Showy affection, religious captions, pictures meant to grab attention. It's all noise around someone else's joy. And that's the biggest difference between them. One is quietly building a private life full of love. The other is trying to keep the spotlight on himself. So the question remains, are Justin's posts really about love? Or are they just his way of inserting himself into Selena's big moment? Because from the outside, it doesn't look like celebration. It looks like desperation.